everyone. Welcome to Wellness Wednesdays with Stephanie. My name is Stephanie Buckland. I'm your host, and I am delighted to be interviewing Nataliya Kostereva today. We have been talking about this for several weeks now. I'm super excited to have this conversation. Welcome, Nataliya.
I'm good to be here. Well, what I'm supposed to be doing?
Say hello.
Hello. My name is Nataliya Kostereva. I am a graduate of SWIHA, or Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, and I'm clinical hypnotherapist and plus slash a life coach, which I prefer like a positive trainer instead of life coach, because everybody is proficient in their life. And I feel like we just need positivity and uplifting just to go on. That's it.
Beautiful.
Um,
Yeah. Awesome. So what we were talking about is how hypnotherapy is a good practice to change your life. So I'd love to dive into your why first. Like, why did you study hypnotherapy? What attracted you to it?
I felt that whatever we do in life, it's based on our mind and our perception, including like bringing up, how you grew up, the vision that your parents had, and you go along with your parents or go against your parents, or choosing your own mind. But it all depends on what you're, decided. And 90% of what you decided is actually based on your subconscious mind. And subconscious mind is the one that is, I would say, tricky to understand. And hypnotherapy is something that is just go directly to the subconscious mind. And it's very powerful. And as I said, 90% of your mind, whatever you made up, it's your subconscious mind. So why not harnessing it? So I felt that working with the mind is something that I want to do. It's amazing to change the life in a blink of an eye, as they say. But I just felt that this is powerful, and I guess I like powerful tools. This is it.
I appreciate that. Yes, I do too. I found yoga at a young age, and yoga was a powerful tool for me to change my life. And it really did. It opened me up in ways that I had no idea. Even to this day, yoga still does that. And I'm 20 years into my practice.
Absolutely, I agree. Yoga will do it too. And
I mean, there's these powerful tools that we have access to, and knowing about them is really the key. So that's actually why I created this podcast, because I wanted people to understand the different tools that we have to achieve optimal wellness.
Mm-hmm.
And I've experienced hypnotherapy. My very first hypnotherapy session was a past life regression session. And I met a past life. It was really surreal. The experience was really powerful. And actually, now I understand some of the things that I experience in this life and how it's all interconnected to past lives and my Akashic records and my karma. And, so that's all because of the studies that I've done in yoga and the philosophy of the mind and how we hold things. So how has your life shifted now that you've started practicing hypnotherapy?
And that's an interesting question, because I would say it's not like shifted. I know I am on the path of transformation. We all in the path of transformation. We're growing down as one of the authors that recent book that I read said, we're growing down. And growing down, and I think we're like getting closer to Earth, I guess. In some ways, in physical ways, in mindful ways. Um, so I felt the transformation was about how my childhood affected my perception of life and how much invested I was in let's say pleasing my mom. So and I feel like I'm still doing it, but I'm mindful of it, you know. I
Yes.
recognize that, I just want to be kind to her
Hmm.
and to anyone. So the transformation is just become aware, you know. My transformation is I've become aware of what I'm doing. And the more I go and the more I practice, I just feel more and more calm, more in peace with myself, um, more in control. I would say that. Um, I like to be in control of how I react to the things that affect
Mm-hmm.
that, you know.
Yeah.
So there's so much, going on, but it's constant. It's just a path.
It's a
You know, I'm
constant.
on a journey.
Yeah. And
And
it's
yeah,
beautiful.
I can see that, the power of hypnosis, clarifying things for me, what I experienced in life. And past lives too, because we draw something out of that. It's like a concept that can come up into this life, so
Right.
knowing this, acknowledging it, and saying that was in the past, and right now I am a different person. I am making my own life now. It's a powerful, it's
Yeah.
powerful.
Oh, yeah.
It might take some time to move, but you will know. It's imminent. Yeah, I sometimes I'm joking with the friends and saying like I can hypnotize everyone. I would hypnotize everyone. Whenever like I hear like some kind of a problem arise somewhere, like you find your friends and so on, and you think, oh, I can fix it. Not fix word fix is not good, but
Yeah, I know, I know. That's
help,
the first thing we think of, though, is I can
yeah,
help with this, or I can do
yeah,
something
you
about
can help. Yeah, I can
it.
help with that.
Yep, yep. So how do you think, how can we express to our listeners how hypnotherapy allows a life transformation? What is it about hypnotherapy that changes your life?
And as I said, in the beginning, it's 90% of our mind is our subconscious mind. Like
Right.
even if you imagine like iceberg, right? Your conscious mind is like top, and then under the water there's a huge bulk of like ice, which is your subconscious mind. And whenever your subconscious mind in the water pulled into, your conscious mind is going there.
Mm-hmm.
So you can see that, even by mass, if you transform your subconscious mind, your life is transformed. You know, you're moving on. It's all about moving on actually in life.
Hmm.
Life is not, something that is solid and stable.
Right.
Life is moving all the time, like blows the air, comes the change.
Yeah.
It's the water is also, flowing. Earth also is moving, like earth shakes,
Yeah.
there's nothing that is so like solid and ground, there's everything is moving. So the more you adaptable, the more you adjustable, the better you life, because you go with the flow.
Mm-hmm.
You go with the flow.
Yeah. So the hypnotherapy, the concept of hypnotherapy, and it's not, I know that what you see on television, somebody gets on stage and we're going to hypnotize you and then make you cluck like a chicken. Like that is not hypnotherapy. That's not clinical hypnotherapy anyway. That's more like entertainment. Um, so how is it different? Can you walk me through a hypnotherapy session, how it works?
Yes, yes. So the example, and it's interesting because I definitely sense that you would be asking about this stage hypnotherapy. Yes, there is such a thing as a stage hypnotherapy. I personally saw it when I was a teenager. It was just a random, some kind of like a break in the work, and hypnotist came and he like gathered some workers. I was like part of the, team. And I was curious. I was just curious. And I came to see that he was picking up, certain people. He was picking up on someone who were like willing to go, but he was not picking up everyone. So he would just let certain people like, oh no, I'm not going to with you. You're going back.
Mhm.
So the idea of it's kind of an agreement between you and a hypnotist,
Okay.
because it's like a life agreement. You agree to be hypnotized, right? And you agree to be hypnotized on a stage for entertainment. You know, this is a different type of perception. And as I said, I only experienced it when I was a teenager, and I was recommended to, get a training in this, and it might happen, it might not. But anyways, it's different because there's certain agreement there, like to
Mhm.
entertain
Right.
between practitioner and practicee, in the hypnotherapy, in regular hypnotherapy, um, you come with the idea of the, let's say, problem that you have. I call it a challenge because I find that, it's just about the challenge. There's no actual problems in life. It's a challenge.
Mhm.
You come with your challenge and you might think this is the one that you want to work on. And we work on this. Whatever you come from, this is a priority for me as a practitioner.
Mhm.
However, there's other background on your challenge. So I always try to touch on that background and see what brought this challenge into your life.
Hmm.
So in that is therapy, you're discussing, something that brought that challenge forward.
Right, right. Can you give us an example? Like what exactly do you mean?
Um, it's a good question.
Well, like just take an example from a client. So,
So like relationship, for example,
okay.
relationship
Mm-hmm.
problems, like challenging. Um, you cannot I know get into the relationship which are, I don't know, loving per like when a person um stays with you, like for example, like well, forever ever, which we want. But sometimes you just meet people who always like go through your life and go exit.
Mhm, mhm.
that kind of stuff.
So like a
And
pattern.
it's a pattern. Yeah. So
Right.
it becomes like a pattern. Something happens and you feel, what's wrong with me?
Right. You
What's
can't,
going on?
nobody stays with me. I can't keep a
Yeah.
relationship, right?
And you can work with this like from the perspective of just do hypnosis on your image that you want to implement in your life.
Hmm.
For example, like meet a person who will be in love with you and will be kind with you and caring and all kinds of characters, characteristics, desired outcome. You can do that, but also the thing is that that kind of pattern you probably brought from your past life, uh, bringing, seeing your parents in that matter, seeing like maybe somebody's like, I don't know, picking up on somebody's pattern. It's all like comes up like from background
Right.
coming forward to you, the one that you implement.
Hi, kitty cat.
She loves to come. She loves to come
She
and
wants to be a part of the
talking.
meeting.
So in that matter that you you pick up on something else. And that's what I'm trying to say, that besides like pure imagery that you can work on, in hypnotherapy, you can also look into deeper a pattern that brought this challenge forward
Hmm.
and work on that,
Start to break the
deeply.
pattern.
Yeah,
Right.
like to break it out so it won't repeat. It might be, too. It's all
Sorry,
about,
you broke up, you got frozen right in there for a
oh,
second.
okay, you are connected.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, so I want to get back to how hypnotherapy can transform. Once you have a hypnotherapy session, I think you understand it much more. Just having that one first session, you understand exactly what it is. But then the more that you go to sessions, the more it starts to affect the layers and
Yes,
get a little deeper and a little deeper and a little deeper. And I think it's partly building trust with your therapist,
absolutely.
because it's a very vulnerable situation. You're closing your eyes, they're taking control and guiding you through a guided imagery. It can be very intimidating. So, how can I mean, you're not gonna get injured, you're not gonna get hurt looking into the past, you're not gonna get hurt. The idea of diving into your subconscious though can be a scary thing. This is where night terrors reign and nightmares are, and this is where our darkness sits. So how do you get into it without that fear and just trust?
First of all, I wanted to tell you, as a practitioner, you are not in control of the session. The client is in control of the session. Why?
Mhm.
Because you can walk away at any moment. You can wake up at any moment. You are in control of the session. Yes,
Ah,
building up the trust is very important. If you feel safe and trustful and you go alone with the script that is, me, for example, as practitioner, I always try to personalize any script that I have
okay.
because as you go, we're all so unique, So I want to make it so unique so you can, maybe there will be some commonality with the scripts, with other scripts, but I always try to bring something very personal. from your life, from the event, from something that you like. It's something that is bringing up more emotions to the session. And for me, the priority is the client is in safe space, in a so the mind is relaxed, fully relaxed, and accept the goals that you came for. This is important. It is important for me. Do not cross the line with what you came for. Do not, jeopardize any trust. This is very important. It's
Oh,
a
yeah.
top priority in everyone.
Yeah.
And also ethical. We, as practitioners in Southwest Institute of Healing Arts, we do go through the ethical training. So you instructed on what is ethical, what is not ethical to do. And common sense. Oh, obviously, you should use your common sense.
Oh, yeah.
And then, Mara, I just wanted to remind, like, myself, I read Epicurus. I think it's the name that the book that I read. And
Okay.
the ethical part of life, I really like cherish a human life as something that you are choosing for yourself, the priority is a respect for you choosing. The
Yeah.
priority is the respect for you choosing. Whatever your, goals, it's important. It's definitely important.
Definitely. Yeah. So then, do you suggest more than one session when
I,
somebody's trying to work through something?
it depends on what you're willing to do. It depends what's your priority, obviously.
Okay.
Sometimes one session is enough and you transform. It can happen, because it can happen. I can tell you when it can happen. When you 100% decided, it's like die or live. This is like one-time session, because you know that your transformation is permanent and imminent.
Okay.
In other session, in other, it's might be not feeling as like death and life, and it might require like more sessions. It also depends on how long, like, is it acute situation, or is it like chronic session, like your perception that is like coming from your childhood, and you so incorporated, so invested in that. So the more sessions, the more dissecting of what brought you into that state, the better result.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's a client decision, obviously. For me,
Sure.
client decision is priority. But as I said, if you feel one session you feel confident and perfect, that's all.
Awesome. Okay. Okay. So then what do you think stops people from doing hypnotherapy? What are people afraid of?
The misconception, I would say, this is one of the questions that you ask it, somebody's in control of you. So, and there is the movies that were created telling that hypnotherapy, hypnosis is like something that somebody will control you in some ways.
Right, or it's
Oh,
magic or
yeah. Hello. I'm gonna tell you a secret. When you watch the TV, all the hypnosis is going on there.
yes, you're getting
Ready.
hypnotized by the
Already.
television.
Already there. It's like you are constantly and exposed to bombarding of hypnotic practically messages. And like even if you don't watch the TV, the normal human experience hypnosis twice a day when you're falling asleep and when you're waking up.
Huh.
It is also hypnotic state. So this is the normal state that, people can experience even if they don't watch TV.
Okay.
And also when you are driving, for example, like, you come home and you're thinking, how did I come home? That you were in hypnotic state and your subconscious mind took over and brought you to home, which is also like, like if you think about imagery, right? You came home. Hypnosis can bring you home, you know,
Hmm.
even that metaphorical version.
Yeah.
So I know the perception, the common perception is like, oh, somebody will control you. It's dangerous. It's,
Mhm.
there might be other, reasons. It might be. Maybe you consider something else, like for example, yoga ahead of, hypnosis. And
Mhm.
that is fine too, maybe after doing yoga, you decided, okay, maybe this is time to go for hypnosis and see how it is. The more you experience in life, the better, the more, I don't know, fruitful your life becomes. So
Mhm.
I'm not telling like go jump, from some kind of height, and experience that. But I'm just saying that the more you allow yourself the experience in life, the more fruitful, the more rich your life becomes. You
I
will know for
definitely
sure,
agree.
like something sticks with you, something that vibes with you by experiencing this. And
Mhm.
this is one of the things that actually I came to realize when I started like uh, being in a class and studying hypnotherapy, that I was limiting myself by just saying, oh, this thing is probably not for me, or I might be bad in this. And this is the transformation that I experienced. The more you practice, the more you experience by tactile, by doing something, by acting, the better your life becomes because you're learning about yourself.
Mhm.
Learn about yourself. It's like know thyself. And it's like it's such an old expression, like from beginning of life. And I want people to pay attention to this because the more we learn about ourselves, the more familiar we become with ourselves, the more richer we feel, the more like adaptable, the more um, fluent in our life we become. Why not? I say, why not?
I agree. I totally agree. Um, I consider myself a wellness tourist. I have experienced so many different types of wellness therapies, healing therapies, and I will continue to do that because I believe that when when you're on a healing journey and you're looking for answers, you're looking for ways or solutions to solve whatever physical or emotional or mental problem that you have, that it's worth it to continue to pursue and look for answers rather than just allow your Western medicine doctor to drug you or perform surgery. It's not like those are bad things necessarily. However, I do think that if we look at the whole person, we look at the whole entire being, there are things that Western medicine just cannot do, that we need therapists and holistic practitioners and quantum medicine practitioners to really live a healthy life. We need these things. So I definitely encourage people to try hypnotherapy at least once. Go try a hypnotherapy session, see what it's like, see what your brain does with it, see what your life looks like 2 or 3 weeks after a hypnotherapy session, because there are things that come through as a result.
Yeah,
So what do you,
definitely.
I would love to hear transformations that you have seen other people experience as a result of hypnotherapy.
That's the pitfall that unfortunately I just started practicing hypnotherapy. I'm newbie, and I did have sessions with people, and I just the quick um realizations that people have like after the session, especially I like the sessions where people are like self-discovering something right in a session. And this is the most delightful for me, like I always try to interpret something that your imagination will bring, not only like giving you a script to follow, but also something that brings up something important for you, to see in your imagination. And this something that like brings so much healing or release or relaxation. Even in that, it's so my experiences is just imminent, like immediate, like person come for being able to move on. She felt very attached to care for her elderly grandmother, and in a session your deceased father came, and he said she will be okay, you know, just go on, just do it. And she was so like, like flying like a butterfly, after the session. So it brings like joy to see that, to, experience the transformation that people feel. And we work on this so you can move on and you still care for someone, but it's just like the relaxation, the like a weight going out from your shoulders is it's already worth it. It's already gives you like a push or excitement and inspiration. This is important. This is like minimum that you can do for your body, for your mind.
Wonderful, wonderful. So, where are you based, Natalia?
I am right now in Tampa or close to Tampa,
In Arizona. Okay.
Arizona.
Wonderful. And so when somebody comes to see you for a hypnotherapy session, um, do you prefer meeting in person? Can you do it online as well?
I can do it online or over the phone, although I prefer more online. Over the phone, sometimes I feel like I have interruptions, so it feels yeah. So Zoom, any other online platforms is fine, and in person. In person, yes, you kind of have also a sense of different connection, I would say, because you can see how body moves. So you can sense different, like I'm a very sensitive person too, um,
Sure.
empathic.
Yeah.
Um, it's interesting that I had like yesterday an encounter. It wasn't like exactly the client, but the person that I knew for some time, and for some reason I wanted to call her Ruth. And yesterday I happened to ask her about this name, and she said your mom wanted to call her Ruth,
What?
but her name is different. Yes, her name is different. So I was like, I don't know why this name is coming up in my mind. So I asked her, like, what's Ruth has to do with you? Or like, yeah,
Wow.
that is amazing. So that's I feel this is a gift that I have too, like like sensing something that is like
Mhm.
way beyond. So it might happen even like online sessions, but in person it's kind of, I guess, more dynamic. Yeah.
That makes sense. Okay, so is there anything else you'd like to share? Any other thoughts?
Any other thoughts? I have very diverse interests. I also interested in like besides past lives, I also interested in UFO, flying saucers,
Mhm.
and aliens. So I am in mystical and magical things. So all of this, I have really good imagination. I'm an artist too. So I am interested in people who want to explore those areas too.
Cool. Okay. And how can people reach you?
Um, I am working on my website, but right now the best way I think Instagram is Mind Evolution Express. So mind, I think dash like lower dash Mind Evolution lower dash Express. So
Okay. And
this,
I'll share the link as well in the description so people will be able to just click.
yeah,
So through Instagram, through like the messenger and Instagram.
yes.
Okay.
This is like the best, I guess, for
Okay.
now. For now.
Wonderful. Okay.
My
And
email too.
well, onward and upward. I'm so excited to see your business grow and develop. This is wonderful. Um, any other thoughts?
Any other thoughts? Please, please open up for mindful traveling. And as you said, how you called yourself? Like travel, like
Oh, wellness tourism. Yeah.
wellness tourism. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
please open up for wellness tourism. It's it's something that is awesome. I mean, like things you can buy, yeah, to your soul, to your mind. I mean, yeah, I wish for everyone to grow that, the tourism, the wellness tourism.
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. Well, thank you, Natalia. This has been a very interesting conversation.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.